Yo, what's good, chat? My name is Reese Rich, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have another episode of Custom Creations, and this is a special one because this features what I feel is my best overall custom, both in terms of execution and look. So, as you see before you, you have Hush, but not just Hush, you have Jason Todd as Hush. So, if you've seen the original comics, one of the panels is that Hush takes off the bindings off his face and reveals it to be Jason Todd's face. In the original comic run, it was that Clayface had stepped in on behalf of Hush to, I think, confuse Batman or something like that, getting his head, mind games and all that. And then I believe that years later, after Under the Red Hood and everything happened, when Jason Todd actually came back to life, I believe he said somewhere that it was actually him and he'd stepped out of the way and allowed Clayface to step in for him. So a little convoluted, but yeah. If you've seen the channel already, you probably heard me talk about it a lot. But Jason Todd is one of my favorite DC characters, and this version of the figure, I've seen like maybe one person do it before, and I had the Hush body on hand, and decided to, I got it for fodder in the first place, but couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it. This idea came up, and I decided to do that. But yeah, just really happy overall with how this guy came out. Just love how he stands there, looks on the shelf, imposing. But yeah, let's get into how I made him. So to explain the thought process, how I made him is, as you can see, it's an array of parts from multiple figures. First, the hands are from the Jim Gordon's Batman figure, both of them. The arms, the jacket, and the legs are from the actual Hush figure. The single release. The belt piece, the crotch piece, is from Grifter, and the head is from Tim Drake Red Robin. So that's a lot of parts from multiple figures, and that was finding all the parts that cobbled together to make the body, everything. That was the easiest part. The hardest part is the torso. Now, if you can see, this is actually the Hush torso that came with a basic figure, but if you cut this jacket open before, you would know that the torso stops past the neck and like right here. So, as you can imagine, I had to make this entire torso myself, if you can see, from almost the neck down, in terms of the actual black parts, the body design, the detail, the abs and stuff, and the red lines, the yellow, and of course the logo myself. So yeah, I made all that by myself. Probably the biggest project I ever done with something like that, and it came out great to me. But so that most of the video will be probably breaking that down, but yeah, I'll start that right now. So actually, going down from the head, like I said, the white strip of hair on Jason Todd has defining character details when he doesn't have his hood on or his helmet. Then you got the red domino mask. Then you have the silver. I love that dry brushing I did on the knee and shin pads. Just love dry brushing. It's one of my favorite things to do when customizing. It's easy in terms of difficulty, but it also looks so great. And I don't know how much you can tell, but that's like 2 or 3 coats of, I believe, black dry brushing and mahogany brown dry brushing on the jacket. I don't think the way I did it, it darkened it that much, but it did darken it a bit. It made it a little less just the bright, kind of brown it was before. But yeah. So on to the torso. That entire thing, like I said, from the neck down, is sculpted out of milliput. Now, if you haven't used this before, it's modeling clay essentially. You can get it like Hobby Lobby, get it off Amazon or something. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It was like $10, but got use out of it. I used this from like multiple times from like January to probably like March or April, and I still have some left. And I do need to get some more soon, but yeah, really good product. And I know a lot of people use milliput and green stuff for their sculpting, but I want to use green stuff, but I haven't gotten to it. Just sticking with milliput for right now. But yeah, this entire torso right here is made of milliput. I had to just sit down and focus, really sculpting for like hours, not just the sculpt, but also having to let stuff dry intermittently so that I could put other stuff on top of it, like these lines and the buckles. Sitting in front of the computer looking at the actual design of figures and other customs and stuff. And yeah, as you can see, they have the red detail lines and the R logo. I actually did that by, while the milliput was still soft, I took my X-Acto knife and like carved out the shape in there. So when it dried and stuff, I was able to just take a small toothpick with the yellow paint on it and just drag it through, and it made the logo indented, and I didn't have to worry about actually drawing the shape of the yellow. So yeah, as you see, the belt, red and yellow detail on the belt all the way around. So yeah, a lot of work went into this guy. It's one of my favorites. I think it's the one that looks best. It's between this one, this Jason Todd is Hush, the Gods of Monsters Batman, which was the first custom creations, and the Dark Side I have. Personally, I think right now I would rank this guy. I think depends on what day it is. This guy and Gods of Monsters Batman can keep going back and forth, tying from first and second. But yeah, that's definitely my top 3 in terms of customs. Like I said, I love how this guy came out. Obviously, I'm biased, but I would say it's one of the best ones, custom Jason Todd that I've seen, because I know a lot of people, what I was going to do in the first place was try and order the old, I don't think it was DC Direct, but it's an old line of Batman Hush action figures from the store, like Superman, Batman, Poison Ivy and stuff. They also had just a normal Hush version, and they also had a Jason Todd Hush version, but that one is like crazy expensive. But the normal Hush version, it has the belt with all the straps and stuff that hangs down, all the way down here to the thighs. They had that version. I've seen someone else do it. I think shout out to my dog Toy Gains. I think he did it. It had a shirt on it where he took off the little belt piece and attached it to a 7-inch McFarlane figure, and it looked really good. I was thinking about doing that, but I could never end up finding one for a reasonable price to justify buying it just to tear a piece off. So I decided on using the grifter parts and just painting those straps accordingly, and I really love how it came out. But yeah, and of course you see pistol, and couldn't put the batarang in between his knuckles, obviously, so I just put it in his hand. But yeah, love this figure, love this guy. Love how it all came together. One day I might try to buy the Constantine jacket and arms to see if those would look better. But I really like how he's always in the action dynamic pose, because once you can get the chest to show when you tuck the jacket behind the leg. But that's everything I did, and I'm going to show you what I used. So first, for the black torso, I believe I used Apple Barrel matte paint. I know some people have problems with it, but I don't really see why some people discourage it. Obviously, it's not higher brand like Vallejo, which I also used in this, but I like them both. They both work for me. Just have to use them in different ways. I've stopped using the matte black now that I got Vallejo black again, but this goes into what I'm about to say next. This is a current color that I'm actually currently using. This Apple Barrel Gloss Real Red. This is really good. Like I said, it's dry quickly. Everything. This is what the red I'm using currently. I think I used both of these, both the Apple Barrel Gloss Red on this figure as well as the Vallejo Flat Red. It's in this little bag because the top just randomly started coming off. Happened with my old black bottle of paint too. Yeah, really good red. The gloss is really good. It's not bad. When it's shiny, it doesn't make anything look cheap. But yeah, it looks really good. Especially if you add like another gloss sealer on top of this one, I believe it makes it a deeper red too. But yeah, that's the reds and the black, and of course the yellow. again, we have Apple Bro gloss golden yellow, really good. You do have to put on like 2 to 3 coats of it to get actually to show yellow all the way through. As you fellow customizers know, yellow is a color that's a pain in the ass to paint and get it to stay flat and consistent all the way through. But I had to work at it for this, especially since the belt goes all the way around. But yeah, I got it solid all the way through, and I love how it came out. And of course, the sealer I used, get it in there, matte Mod Podge. Nothing fancy. You can find these at some Dollar Trees, I believe. I don't know if it depends on the area, but I got these tiny little bottles for like $1.25 each. I got like 5. That was earlier this year, a few months ago. I got like 4 or 5 bottles. I'm still not even fully through the first bottle, and I've made like 10 plus customs since then. So yeah, really good stuff. I did use Mr. Super Clear at first. Matter of fact, I found this after I had got a new can of Mr. Super Clear. I don't think I only used that can once, but got like a fresh new can of Mr. Super Clear. Found these, and I moved to these and haven't moved back to Mr. Super Clear. I probably will for certain things that don't articulate, but I find this to stick better than Mr. Super Clear for parts that articulate. But yeah, and like I said, here's the Milliput. But that's everything that went into the custom. Like I said, both in terms of the idea and how I did it, but also the materials. And now we're gonna have some live figure comparisons. So first, whenever you talk about Jason Todd, other than Batman, you have to talk about the Joker. This is my favorite Joker that McFarlane has made. I'm extremely biased. My favorite Joker is Mark Hamill from the Arkham games, and this is, I believe, I think this is the Arkham City Infected Joker. It might not be City. I don't think it's Asylum. I think this is. It might be either City or Asylum. I can't remember right now. This is my favorite Joker he's made. That I did have some interest in that new classic Joker that came in the digital line, but I only have one Joker, and I don't plan. This is my favorite, like I said, so I don't plan on getting another one. But yeah, this gun actually was one of my first things I customized in terms of figures. Just took some simple, what's it called? Folk art silver paint. It's supposed to be metallic. I guess the way I sealed it took all the shine and luster out of it. Really don't like those silvers, but I did order a metallic blue sapphire paint. Shout out NY Backyard Legend for his Superman customization video of the Ghost of Krypton Armored Superman. He's the one who put me onto that paint after watching that video. I am doing a custom Arkham Knight. That paint should be here in about 2 days, and I'm going to try to upload that video soon after this. So I'll probably be my next customs creations if I can focus. I did have some other ones I want to do after this one, but we'll have to see. But yeah, Jason Todd is Hush by the Joker. And of course, you can't have the second Robin without the first Robin. Jason Todd and Nightwing looking great together. Love the color differences, the bright red and yellow versus the bright blue. Really like this figure. Didn't want it at first, but it grew on me. He should have some screamer sticks. I know some people have done fixes to those. I might do it myself, but it doesn't really worry me right now. He stands on my Bat Family shelf. And of course, you have the second son with his father right here. Jason Todd is Hush versus Hush Batman. Love how these two scale. This is actually my favorite Batman from the McFarlane line. Hush Batman in the black version, built off the Three Jokers body and the Year 2 Batman body originally. That body buck has got a lot of use, but I think this one is personally the best. I was going to get the black one originally, but held off so long that they came out with this one. Was still on the fence, but got it and loved it ever since. He is also my main Batman in my Bat Family. And of course, would show you a Tim Drake, but I don't have the version that appeared in the Hush storyline, and I don't have my Red Robin finished yet because for some reason I can finish a bunch more difficult customs, but I can't. For some reason I haven't figured him out. I know he just needs the Rebirth Batman head and a cape and paint detail, but I don't like to move on things with customs and buy stuff unless I know that's exactly what I want, so I have to feel him out some more. But yeah, a lot of talking in this video, but just like if you're a customizer or make anything, you can tell like I talk about it so much because it's something I really care about and enjoy doing. I feel like this was a turning point for me because this custom, the Dark Side, and the Gods and Monsters Batman were all happened like 3 in a row, and I feel I've been on a roll ever since then. So it's like a switch just flipped. Because I was like halfway through this year. If you didn't know, I think I said it in past videos, but as of December 2024, this year, when this video is coming out, that'll be officially a year of me customizing. And 2 years of me collecting action figures. Got a bunch of figures on my room, my shelf displays right now, and just love this hobby. Never took a hobby as seriously like this before, besides like basketball and wrestling. But yeah, I feel like doing this, like I'm me during this. I can control everything how I want it to look, and just enjoy what I make. But yeah, long-winded video. Custom creations. Jason Todd as Hush. Love showing off this figure and talking about it. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section, whether about this figure, other figures, recommendations for the channel, videos I should make, stuff I should touch on. Just let me know. Like I said in the last video, y'all look, tight knit thing, y'all my dogs. Just let me know, chat. Let me know what you want to see or anything like that. But thank you for watching the video. I'm Reese Rich. My Instagram is in the description. Like I said, if you like customs and stuff like this, you're going to love that page. Just all of my stuff that I've done so far, touching on just toy topics and customs there. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.